Hello friends, praise the Lord. Today let us see two chapters from the book of Genesis, chapter 36 and 37. 36 is nothing but it tells about the full descendants of Esau. Okay, and Esau was also called as Edom. So the descendants of Esau were called as Edomites. Now, one reference of Edomite we can find in the New Testament when during the Passion of Christ, when Jesus, during the death time of Jesus, King Herod, who was there, he was an Edomite. So that reference is given in the New Testament in the Bible. So we can see that King Herod was a descendant of Esau, whereas Jesus was a descendant of Jacob. So this is all what we need not go into detail about all those things. So that is chapter 36. Now chapter 37, very important chapter, a new introduction of a new person, and a very beautiful story and very interesting starts here. Chapter 37. Now we know that Jacob settled in the land of Canaan. He was the one who finally settled very well. Okay, and we know that Jacob had 12 sons. Okay, 12 sons who became the tribes of Israel, and the 11th son was Joseph, the son of Rachel, and he also had a brother called Benjamin. Okay, now when Joseph was 17 years old, okay, he was tending flocks and all. And Jacob liked Joseph so much because basically because of his character. He was very loving, good, kind, sincere, and therefore, and because he is also almost the last child, right? So he was very much liked by everybody. In fact, more by Jacob. And so Jacob gifted him a long robe, a beautiful dress. And so since he was getting more attention and he was given more gift by their father, the brothers were naturally, they were very jealous. Okay, and so that jealousy was there in the brothers' mind. Now Joseph had a skill, or he had a gift that he always used to see dreams, and very weird dreams, and sometimes he used to come and tell that. And once he saw a dream wherein he and all his brothers were binding sheaves in the field, and his sheaf alone was standing upright, whereas all his brothers' sheaves were bowing down towards his sheaf. And so he came and told this to the brothers and to his father, and the brothers were very angry. How come all our sheaves are bowing down towards him as if he's a big man? He's seeing a dream. So they used to think about it. Same way he saw another dream also. And that was like sun, moon and the stars are all bowing down before him. So this is what he's seeing. So Isaac, actually, by this time Isaac got angry, and he reproved him, and he said, what kind of a dream are you seeing? As if you are the only great person and we all will bow down before you. What kind of a dream you are seeing? This is not good, in fact. So this is what Jacob told, it's not Isaac, Jacob told to Joseph. And but Jacob was actually thinking about it. He was actually thinking, why is he seeing such dreams? Is God purposefully revealing something to him? So like that, Jacob was thinking about it. But he did not know how to go further. And one day, Jacob sends Joseph to his other brothers, because all other brothers were tending the flocks, and usually when they go, they will come after a few days. So Jacob thought, he sends Joseph, go and find out how your brothers are, and if they're all doing fine, come and tell me back. So that was the task that was given. Okay, so Joseph immediately obeys and goes. Okay, from here onwards we can see a similarity between the character of Joseph and the personality of the character of Jesus. So this is how we can relate. One person who really had the heart of Jesus and who had so much of similar characteristics, even in the lifestyle, even in the lifespan itself, was Joseph and Jesus. Okay, so from here it starts. So God the Father sends Jesus to the world to see if everything is fine and come back. So that is the similarity. From here it starts. So Joseph goes and obeys and goes immediately. He reaches Shechem. and he asked someone, did you find my brothers over here? And the people over on the way, they say they were here, but now they have moved to Dothan, another place. So Joseph could have done something. He could have just gone back to his father to say that, they are not there in Shechem, they went to Dothan. But he thought, okay, let me go to Dothan and find out if they are fine. That's what my father asked me to do. So very sincere in his task. This is what we can see of the personality of Joseph. So he goes to Dothan in search of them there also. And that time when he's coming, the brothers will be there and they notice him coming. Somehow the evil one works in their minds. They say that, see, this fellow is coming. He always sees dreams and he thinks he is too big, and our dad also is always favors him. We'll do something, we'll just try to kill him. The brothers had so much of jealousy which turned into hatred and anger that they started plotting among themselves to kill him. But Reuben, the first of the lot, he wanted to save. He didn't want to kill him. At the same time, he too had the hatred with him. So he told them, let's throw him to the cistern in a well. Why should we actually, kill him? And, so what he thought was, first we'll throw him into the cistern, and then when everybody leaves, Reuben thought he will save him later. So that's what, as an elder brother, he decided. So when Joseph came, they stripped off his tunic. He had the long, beautiful robe that was stitched and given by his father Jacob. So for what they did is they stripped off his, because they were angry that on looking at his tunic. Now here we can see again, Jesus had a long, beautiful robe, and said that it was stitched by his mother, and the soldiers had stripped him before this crucifixion. So again, kind of a similarity. Okay, then they put him in the well, and they go off. And then they say Ishmaelites coming there. Ishmaelites, a group of people maybe the descendants of Ishmael. They were coming, and they were making trade with Egypt. So they were on their way to Egypt for doing trade. So Judah, another son of Jacob, Judah, he says that, now why should we leave him in the cistern itself? Let's sell him off. Let them do something with him. So another plan that was given by Judah. This time Reuben was not there. So everybody agrees, and they sell their own brother to the Ishmaelites for 20 pieces of silver. Again, we can see a similarity between Joseph and Jesus. Jesus was betrayed by Judas, for 30 pieces of silver coins. So likewise, we can actually see a lot of a similarity. Now, Reuben was not aware of this. He came back to restore him, to protect him. But then he didn't find him. He felt very bad, and then he tore his clothes in anguish, and he felt very bad. And then he asked his brothers, and they said that since Judah said, we sold him off. Reuben was thinking, what are we going to go and tell our father? He will be very much worried if Joseph is not there with us. So they decided among themselves that they thought they will tell him that a wild beast killed him, a wild beast devoured him. And just to make his father believe, they had his robe with him, no? So they dipped the tunic in a goat's blood, and then they brought it to their father Jacob and said that a wild beast devoured. This is what we could find, get back of Joseph's clothes. Now Jacob had to believe it because it was his clothes. And Jacob was so grieved, and he was mourning for many, many days, because he lost according to him, he lost the life of his beloved son. So this happened. At the same time, what happened to Joseph? Joseph were taken by Ishmaelites. They went to Egypt, and they sold him there to a person called Potiphar. Potiphar was a courtier, a courtier of Pharaoh. Egypt was ruled and governed by Pharaoh. So Potiphar was the chief steward, the right-hand person of Pharaoh. It was to him that Joseph was sold. So later on, when we see the remaining part of the story, we can understand how God had, everything was beautifully planned by God. All these are God's plan. That he should not have been killed. He must have put there, and he must have been sold to Ishmaelites, and that they had to come and give it to Potiphar. So everywhere we can understand that only in the later part of our lives we will know that what had happened in our lives was perfect God's plan. So we'll have to, from this, at the end of this, that's it. Chapter 36, chapter 37 comes to an end. Okay. So the lesson that we have to learn is, whatever that happens in our life, okay, if we are really surrendering to God, it happens for the, as per the plan of God. Maybe now it may not be nice. So Joseph being a slave was not nice at that moment, but that was how God planned for a greater glory. Okay, so thank you and God bless.